Welcome back, viewers. Welcome to our channel, Make Math Easy. In the last class, we already discussed few introduction concepts about the quadratic equations, and we already learned about what is the basic, significance of degree, how we are going to use it, and also we discussed about what are the extraneous roots that we have for any given equation, and also we discussed what is the reason for getting the extraneous roots for a given equation, right? So these are the things that we discussed in our last video. So in today's class, let us see the first method of solving a quadratic equation. Okay, so this already we are aware we are learning from our previous classes itself. That method is only nothing but factorization method of a quadratic equation. But actually here I just want to teach you one basic thing with respect to the normal rational numbers as the coefficients in the given quadratic equation and factorizing it further. That is the basic method. Apart from that, I just want to teach you how we have to do the factorization if the rational numbers are involved, and how you have to factorize if you are having more than 3 terms in the quadratic polynomial. Usually quadratic is a trinomial, right? Quadratic equation is, we will name it as a generally trinomial, because it will be having the 3 terms. What if the question will have more than 3 terms in the equation? How you have to think when you are having more than 3 terms? Let us see all that in detail. First, let me start with a basic example that we are all aware of normally how you have to simplify it. See, for example, if I have a question like this, 2x square plus 7x plus 6 is equals to 0. So basically, if you are having rational numbers involved in the question, we are learning from the class 8 onwards the same procedure we are going to follow. First step, you will multiply coefficient of x square and constant, that is 2 into 6, you will get 12. Then you have to factorize 12 further as a 12 into 1, 2 into 6, 3 into 4. These are the chances. Now you have to look for the middle term in the given equation, and among these factors that you got, which one will suitable to get the answer as a 7. It is very clear that it is 3 into 4, that means 3 plus 4 will give you 7. So I will write here it as a 2x square plus 4x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. So you can take 2x as a common and x plus 2 plus 3 as a common and x plus 2 is equal to 0. So finally you are getting 2x plus 3 into x plus 2 is equals to 0. That means either 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to minus 3 by 2, x is equal to minus 2. These two are the roots of this quadratic equation. Okay, this is the basic procedure for doing factorization if the rational numbers are involved. What if the coefficients are the irrational numbers instead of the rational numbers? Now let us see that example. For example, if I have a question like this, say something like root 3x square plus 10x plus root 7 is equal to 0. Okay, see, you no need to treat it as a separate case of having the irrational numbers as a coefficients, but the only thing is the approach is the same. The procedure that you are going to follow is same, whether it is a rational coefficients or irrational coefficients. The procedure here, they are asking for you to solve this quadratic equation using the factorization method, right? So it is the following the same approach only. There is no difference in the approach. The only difference is in the previous question you have normal numbers as the coefficients or constants, whereas here irrational numbers are existing. This is the only difference. Okay. So again, according to our procedure, we will multiply root 3 and 7. Root 3 into root 7, you will be getting root 21. Okay. So root 3 into 7 is root 20. I think we are not getting factors for this. wait, we will make it as a simple change here. Instead of root 7, let me take as a 7 root 3. Okay, again you have to go for the same procedure. Root 3 into 7 root 3, you will be getting 7 into 3, that is 21. So we have to do the factors for this 21. The chance for factors are 1 into 21, 3 into 7, again 7 into 3, 21 into 1. These are the only factors. Now out of these two factors, which one will be suitable for us to give the answer as a 10? It's obviously 3 into 7. So what I will do, root 3x square plus 3x plus 7x plus 7 root 3 is equal to 0. This is our basic step. Now the question comes here is how to do the further factorization. Here you see in these two terms you can take x as a common and you will get root 3x plus 3. From these two terms 7 can be taken common and x plus root 3 is equals to 0. See, we should take common in such a way that the same term has to be repeating in both the terms. Then only you can take that entire x plus 2 as a common. But here you see here this is x plus root 3, this is root 3x plus 3. So how I have to make it as a x plus root 3? Simple thing. Here it is root 3x, here it is x, which means this root 3 has to be pulled out from the inside the bracket. Then I will be getting obviously x plus something. So the terms will get adjusted automatically once if you think in this way. So this 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3 plus 7 into x plus root 3 is equals to 0. Now do the further simplification here. You can just observe one small thing. Inside the bracket you can take root 3 as a common here. So if you take the root 3 out, you will be getting root 3x and inside will be x plus root 3 and this is 7 into x plus root 3 is equals to 0. You can observe now x plus root 3 is the common term here. So you will be getting x plus root 3 into root 3x plus 7 is equal to 0. So that means x is equal to minus root 3 is the one chance, x is equal to minus 7 by root 3 is the another root. As this is a quadratic equation, you will be getting two zeros for this equation, right? So whether it is a rational coefficients or irrational coefficients, our procedure won't get affected. First step is you have to take the product of coefficient of x square and the constant and then do the further factorization. Out of these possible factors that you got, what are the chances for getting the middle term here? Middle term means always the x coefficient, and then try to do the further factorization, that's it. So whenever the irrational numbers are involved in the given equation, please remember one point. Whatever the rational numbers that you are having also, you may have to look into a case of representing the rational number as a product of irrational numbers. If I have a 2, we know that 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. That means the rational numbers that you are representing in terms of irrational numbers. This is the one important point that you have to remember before solving the quadratic equation with irrational coefficients, right? Now let us do few more word problems based on this factorization method. But actually in the examination, unless until they specify a particular method, you can follow any of the approaches that we are having to find out a solution for a given quadratic equation. There is no restriction that you have to follow only factorization method or only method of completing square, nothing like that. It's up to you, depends on your requirement. You can go ahead with any procedure that you want, provided they didn't mention or they didn't specify any particular method. Okay, right. Now see, let us see this question. Two numbers differ by 3 such that the product is 504, right? Find the numbers. Find the numbers. See, it's important to understand the question first and then representing the given word problem in terms of an equation. This is the next point. Two numbers are differ by 3. That means if I take the first number or the first number, if I am taking as an x, means obviously my second number will become x plus 3 because these two should have a difference of 3. And another condition they said is product of the numbers is 504. So that means x into x plus 3 is equal to 504. If you write it further, x square plus 3x minus 504 is equals to 0. Now it is in the standard form of the quadratic equation. So now the question comes is, what is the standard form of quadratic equation, which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Make sure that the terms are arranged in the decreasing powers of x so that you are following some standard procedure of quadratic equation. It will be simple for you. Okay. Now you have to take the product of coefficient of x square, that is 1, and then minus 504. So you will be getting minus 504. So you have to factorize it now. So 2 into 252, 2 into 100, 126. See, I will just keep the think about the minus in the little bit later stage. First I am just trying to factorize it. And then 2 into 2 into 2 into 63 I will be getting. Then 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 21 I am getting. Now see here, see my middle number requirement is plus 3 here. So I no need to have this many factors. At the end I should write in a 2 factors only, right? So I will just try to club here like these 3 as a group. 8 into 63 I will be writing, and I can keep minus for any of the terms, and but still I won't get 3 as a difference because 63 is a big number, 8 is a smaller number. It's a little bit far. So I will just change the combination again. If I group like this, I will be getting 24 into 21. But this is a product as a minus sign here. So I will keep minus for minus 24, or even I can place the minus for 21 also. That means in these two, if you see, these are the little bit near numbers, and also it is satisfying that it is getting a difference of 3 here. But in these two, which one we have to choose? Our requirement here is plus 3. Generally students used to forget this plus here. You have to consider the sign also, that is also important. So my requirement here is plus 3x. So obviously bigger number should have a positive sign and the smaller number should have a minus sign. So my factors will be x square plus 24x minus 21x minus 504 is equal to 0. From the first two terms x can be taken common. From the second two terms minus 21 can be taken common. So finally this x plus 24 is common, and x plus 24 into x minus 21 is equals to 0. That means x is equal to minus 24 comma 21. These are the two numbers which they are looking for. So the point that you have to understand here is, you just have to follow the given instructions correctly, and you have to make sure that how to factorize the given number. See, whenever you are having this much 3-digit bigger numbers and all, what you have to do is you should be careful in arranging the factors. You cannot waste your time on splitting the factors and getting the multiple number of factors and all. Always you have to choose in such a way that which combination will give you the required answer. See here, like this you have to group up the numbers so that you will get the required number, and maybe it will helpful for you to get the required combination, right? Like this you have to make the arrangements to get the required answer, right? Now let us see another important model in the same factorization method, where till now you are having only 3 terms in the given quadratic equation. Now whatever we are going to discuss there, you are having 4 terms. Okay, let us see how the 4 terms will be. See, for example, if I give you like this, solve p square x square plus p square minus q square into x minus q square is equal to 0. For example, if this is the question I am giving. P square. Okay. Now see here. See, though it is looking like a 3 terms, but indirectly they were given 4 terms for you. That is p square x square plus p square x minus q square x minus q square is equal to 0. So from the first 2 terms, you can take p square x as a common, you will get x plus 1. From the next 2 terms, I can take minus q square as a common and I will get x plus 1. On a whole, x plus 1 will come as a common and you will be getting p square x minus q square is equal to 0. That means either x plus 1 is equal to 0 or p square x minus q square is equal to 0. So that means x is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to q square by p square. See what happens here, whenever you are having the middle term is given in terms of a 2 or 3 terms, try to split like this so that your calculation part will become simple. You no need to actually go for the previous method of procedure, that multiplying x square quotient and the constant, simplifying, that much is not needed. Simply you will be able to get the answer just by splitting the middle term alone. So in the given question, if you feel if you are having the middle term as a 2 terms representation, try to expand it and then look for the taking common so that your calculation part will become very simple. Okay. Now let us see one more question based on this. Yeah, please take down this question. Solve 12ab x square minus 9a square minus 8b square x and then minus 6ab is equal to 0. Again you can understand that the middle term is a combination of 2 terms. So this is what we discussed. When the middle term is represented in any 2 terms, try to represent it as by splitting it. 9a square x minus into plus, minus into minus is minus, so plus 8b square x minus 6ab is equal to 0, right? From the first 2 terms, I can take 3a x as a common. Why? Because 9 and 12 the common factor is 3, a and a square a, x square and x square x. So I will left out with 4b x minus 3a I will left out. Similarly, from these 2 terms I can take 2b as a common. If I take 2b as a common, I will get 4bx and then minus 3a is equal to 0. So you can just observe here, this is the common term in both. So you can write it as 4bx minus 3a into 3ax plus 2b is equal to 0. So again, product of 2 terms is equal to 0. That means either of the terms is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Simplified further, 4bx is equal to 3a, x is equal to 3a by 4b. Similarly, from this 3ax is equal to minus 2b, x is equal to minus 2b by 3a. See how simply you got the factors. In the before questions and all, if you have a only middle term as a single term, you have to look for the different factors after multiplying the coefficient of x square and the constant. But here, this is the major advantage of having the middle term in a split of 2 terms. So directly go for expanding the polynomial and then try to look for what you can take common among the terms, and finally you will get the factors for the given quadratic equation. So this is another simple method of finding the factorization for a given quadratic equation. In the next class we will see the another method of finding the quadratic equation. That method is method of completing square, where we are going to use it in class 12 also. Okay, thank you viewers.